I am so excited to have you here, Kathy. Thank you for coming today. And I just want to have you give us a little bit of a brief explanation of what caused you to come to me or to come to us to start with. And um, I know you were having some challenges. So, what were those challenges?
Probably when I was like in my 50s, I started noticing I couldn't get a lot of volume in my hair anymore. And I started out with some hair extensions and clip ins and hair tape extensions. And eventually, those I could even see the tape sometimes in my hair
Mm-hmm.
because I was having more and more hair loss. But my mom had really thin hair, and all the
Okay.
women in my family. So I kind of expected maybe that I would have that same road
Mm-hmm.
to follow.
Did you have
So
any other kinds of things happen in your life that might have caused hair thinning or?
I had a surgery done probably about 15 years ago, and I lost a lot of hair around my ears.
Okay.
And I also had psoriasis on my
Oh,
scalp, and the doctor said that was causing me to lose some of my hair. And
hmm
then the genetic component.
right. So
So,
you had the trio, right,
right,
going.
right.
So yeah. So how did that make you feel having this happen to you after I know you told me you had really thick hair
Right.
and you were a hairstylist too. So
Yes, yes.
yeah.
It made me feel insecure. I would
Okay.
always find myself looking at other women's hair and thinking, being a little bit jealous, truthfully, just wishing my hair looked like it used to. And I had to work really hard at hiding my, thinning areas and my crown. I would always go out the door asking my husband, "Do you see my scalp back there?" And it,
Oh,
it bothered me a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I understand that. So, when you started on this journey, you used some clip-ins, you used some extensions. Did you try anything else? Did you try any other kinds of hair additions or prior to coming to us?
No, just the clip in extensions and then the tape in.
Hmm.
Like I said, then as I began to thin even more, sometimes I would catch a glimpse of the clip or the tape in
Hmm.
my hair. So it worked for a while, but got to the point where I needed something more.
Hmm. And how do you feel now?
Wonderful.
Hmm.
A neighbor of mine actually knows you, and she referred me to you. She said Deborah's a specialist in hair loss, and um, I just immediately felt comfortable when I met you. I remember you kind of stood back against the wall and you looked at me and you asked me, "What is it about your hair that's bothering you? What do you like about your hair?" And I was amazed because I'd never had anybody do that before. A simple
Hmm.
thing about like that.
Hmm.
Usually they
Right.
just kind of pick your hair up and say, "What do you want?" And so you really listened. That was just such a great quality you had, the consultation part of it. And I just felt comfortable
Hmm.
talking to you about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, my goal has been to help you feel your most comfortable and beautiful self. So I know we went through a little bit of a process where we got a temporary piece and we tried that just to kind of get you used to the idea
Yes.
of wearing something on the
Yes.
top of the head
Yes.
because you had this stigma, right, about hair challenges. So tell me what that was and wearing something. What was that stigma?
I guess I just didn't want anybody to know. That was my biggest thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, because I would never judge somebody else that was wearing hair extensions or anything, but I just had this thing that I didn't want anybody to know that if I was going to do it, I wanted it to be natural. And the first time that, you approached me about wearing different things, I just knew it was the time. It was the
Mm-hmm.
time to do it.
And that was
So,
about what, a year ago now that
yeah,
we started
yeah,
on
we
that
did that.
process.
Yes,
So it took a little while to feel comfortable with
it
it, didn't
did.
you? We kind of
It
went
did.
back and forth, and
Yes,
that's normal.
right.
Okay, I think it's a normal process. And I let you try on one that I had here in the
Yes,
office.
yes.
And how did that feel to you?
It was great because it made me understand more what it was going to feel like on my head. It was comfortable, never felt, even now, I don't feel like I have anything on my head. That's wonderful. And I just immediately felt prettier and more comfortable, and it was
Hmm.
great. It's been great. It really has. And each time I've come to you and you've customized it just a little bit, you've just made a few little changes. You colored my hair to match it, and it looks perfect. And so, I mean, I couldn't be happier, really.
Okay. Good, good. Well, my goal is to just have you feel like yourself. So that was the goal in choosing colors. And so that was a process too that you had not experienced before, right? Where we
Yes.
took swatches and we
Yeah.
looked at the different swatches
Yes.
and different types of hair and different caps.
Right.
All of those things were new to you, right?
Right, right. And it really helped just to keep talking about it and to experience different things. And I think now I'm just really comfortable with this. It's so easy to put on and in the morning. And I have a little bit of arthritis in my hands, which I'm sure a lot of people do at my stage of life. And it makes it so much easier just to be able to put your hair on. I love it.
So how does it feel when you don't have it on now?
When I don't have it on, I look in the mirror and I feel like, wow, I don't have any hair. Where when you first put it on me, I felt like, oh, I've got a lot of hair. But now I've kind of gotten used to it. And the more and more you've worked with it and just made it feel like me, like I said, I just am absolutely thrilled with it. I am.
So you remember when we first talked about it and I told you this is going to be a process.
Yes.
It takes a little while for it to become you or
Yes.
yours, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like a new pair of shoes. You try that on and they might feel a little tight, but after a little while they feel like super comfortable.
Yes.
So it's
Very
the same, similar
to
kind of
that.
thing. I think it's just getting used to the process of seeing yourself with and without too.
I do too. You
and
look in the mirror and it's a little shocking at 1st, and then it's shocking when you don't have it on.
Yeah.
It's sort of, you get used to it. So
what's your husband think?
He loves it. He loves it. He likes the quickness of it. We went to go somewhere yesterday and I said, I'll be ready in a few minutes. And it was like, wow.
Right, because you could just put it on
Yes.
and go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and even if your own hair doesn't look as good underneath,
it doesn't matter.
It covers it. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So, or if you have your hair color growing in, then you're not seeing any new growth. So that's a nice feature.
It is. It is. That's a really nice feature. And even you've always got a good haircut.
There you go.
Once you get, once you customized it and we got it to where I felt comfortable with it, it's like,
right.
It's perfect.
Now, we did talk about maintenance. We talked about shampooing it. How's it been for you to shampoo it?
Easy. Since you have shown me. I mean, it's been easy. And I learned a couple things today again about, working with it. And it's simple. Put shampoo on it just like you would your natural hair and cream rinse and good to go.
Yes. So I showed you the process of how to style it.
Yes.
How to curl it.
Yes.
How to flat iron it. All the different things that you might want to do to it.
Yes.
And it's a process. We're going to continue to work together. And so if you have any questions, you know to feel free to ask me, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. I feel very comfortable with that. Thank you.
I am so excited that you're happy with it.
Thank you,
and
Deborah.
I look forward to continuing to work with you.
I look forward to it too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.